per usual, this is proving extremely difficult. I just finished and they are so cute. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing a baby shower gift. So I have a baby shower coming up this Saturday and I've already made part of my gift. I made this little name banner out of a quilt top that I had started and then stopped and then didn't like anymore. So I made a whole series about it on TikTok if you guys are interested in checking that out. But it came out so cute. But while I was looking for ideas of what to do, when I came across the name pennant, I came across these patchwork overalls and I was absolutely obsessed with them. So I have some extra of the fabric that I used for the pennant left over. I also have these jeans that I just talked about in my last video that I thrifted, that I thought could be really great to use for this as well. And I have this nice like gauzy material that I thought I could add to make kind of like the patchwork vibe I'm going for. And then I'm going to use a pair of my daughter's overalls as the pattern for today's outfit, today's little overalls. This is not exactly the overalls I want to do, but I'm going to use it as kind of like a place to start to get the shape that I'm looking for. All right, let's get started with our self-draft pattern. Pieces cut out for my pattern, so I have the bodice, the inside, and the straps, and that's all I have time for today. I was just trying to get a head start on this project since I am starting it 6 days before the event in true fashion. But tomorrow we will begin constructing the patchwork design so that I can cut it all out and construct the overalls. All right, it is day 2 of these overalls, and so I have my little squares here, and I've decided I'm going to make a couple squares just like this. So with the kind of like striped, the navy, the Yankee, and the baseball, just like this. I'm gonna just quilt together a few of these. Well, I guess quilting's the last step, like when you do the lines, and I'm not doing that. So I'm just going to stitch these together to create some squares like this. And then I'm just going to kind of cut and work together some denim. So this is the denim that I thrifted, and then this denim, I'm actually so sad to be parting with this. These are jeans that have been my favorite pair of jeans since I was 17. That's when I bought them, and I got them thrifted. They were perfectly worn in. It was so great. I have loved these thoroughly. I've had them for over 10 years now, well, over 10 years. But I patched the thighs because they have such a gaping hole, and the patches are coming off. It's not good. There's even like a hole forming on the other side of the legs, so they're really just not redeemable. I'm very sad because these are my all-time favorite jeans, but I thought it could be nice to have multiple different washes of denim. So I have this like dark wash that kind of goes with like the navy here, and then I thought the light wash was just like a good kind of like balance to it. So I think my thought process is I'm going to just cut like random size rectangles and squares of the denim, and then make a couple squares of the fabric, and then just kind of piece something together that would fit my pattern. And I think that's kind of going to give us the best look, in my opinion. And then I am going to make a full lining. One, just because the fabrics are going to be so different. I feel like denim to quilting cotton is just going to kind of vary too much. So I'm making a full lining, and then also I thought that it would be cute when the hem is rolled, because you know, it's overalls, so a baby can wear them even if they're not like long enough for them. So I thought it could be cute if when you roll it up, this striped was like underneath. I just thought that would be like a cute little look with like the denim and the patterns we have going here. So I'm going to first cut all of my fabric. So I'm going to cut out some denim squares so I can start stitching together fabric enough to cut out my pattern pieces. Denim, and these were already pre-cut, so I have all my denim cut, and I'm going to start to stitch these together so then I can kind of have a layout with the denim and see how I want to start putting our big piece of fabric together. Patchwork pieces cut out, so now I'm going to kind of arrange them in a way that I think will look the best and also give me the most fabric, because I need enough fabric to cut out four of these pattern pieces. It is the next day. I honestly don't even know how much of this I actually ended up filming because I got so in my head about the patchwork, and there was honestly some imperfections that I could fix, couldn't fix. So I'm just going to keep at it because I need kind of like this much more, and I need a little bit more height. So the first step will be to finish that, and then I have a couple places where the seams didn't really line up perfectly, and I'm not going to like restart. I would have to seam rip all of this, and that would be insane. So I'm thinking of doing something on top, like taking either something like this and kind of doing like a top stitch on top of it, or maybe do a denim piece, or I also have like the teensiest bit left over of one of the fabrics from the pennant I did. I didn't have enough to create a full like square out of it, so I didn't use them, but maybe I could incorporate them in that way by covering up kind of some of the seams that didn't really match up. But first step is going to be to finish the patchwork so I can cut out my pattern pieces. I just finished the patchwork and I am so pleased with how it came out. It's very imperfect, but I feel like that's kind of like the vibe. Like it just kind of looks very, I mean, patchwork is the only thing I can think of. That's literally what it is. But I love how it came out. I also added these little top stitched pieces. So this corner was kind of like a mess up. And then this corner, I just didn't have enough to fill this little square here. And I think that also came out cute. And I think like it's nice that it's on like different sides. So there could be one on the front and the back. So now the next thing I have to do is to cut out my pattern pieces with this fabric. I could not be happier with how these came out. I feel like it was a real trust the process moment, because honestly, when I was doing that patchwork, I was starting to hate it and I was getting very upset about it. But it ended up coming out so cute. I'm so excited. And I kept the pocket. I kept the pocket from one of the pants to use as like the front pocket of the overalls. So I think that'll be so cute and kind of like tie back into the jeans. And then I did end up going with a lining for it. One, because I thought it would be cute to roll up the cuff like at the bottom and there was like a print underneath. And also I just think that this would be really annoying to be on like the underside, like on the baby's skin. So this is like much softer and just like one kind of feeling, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to start construction. I have my lining and my main part of the overalls sewn together, and then I'm going to sandwich them together at the top. But in order for me to do that, all these baby hairs. In order for me to do that, I need straps. So I'm going to construct my straps real quick. I just finished my straps, so now I can get started with construction, and I'm going to be sandwiching them together so that I have no raw edges. So all my raw edges are going to be in between the two fabrics. So I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to take my outside layer and turn it inside out. So the only thing I have sewn at the moment is the side seams, but the top and the bottom are open. The crotch seam, like the inside leg, I am not sewing that because I'm going to be putting snaps there. So let's take our liner. Oh, that's actually my scraps. Where is my liner? Oh, yes. Okay, so we want to stuff it inside. And then I'm going to match up all of the edges, and I'm going to stitch it on the top and at the bottom. And then since I am not sewing the crotch seam, it'll be super easy to flip it inside out. But I'm just matching up the sides. Again, this is right sides facing right side. So when I flip it all the right way, it will all be no seams. It'll be the right sides. Sewing the lining to the outside. So now when I turn it inside out, we have straps with a nice finished edge all along the top, our front piece, and then we have the lining on the inside, so there's no raw edges. I will have to do the hem, but I'm gonna do that after I do the snaps along the crotch. That way you can open it up really easy for diaper changes, because I have a pair of overalls that my daughter wears and they do not have snaps, so you have to take the whole thing off in order to do a diaper change, and it is infuriating. So I will not be gifting someone something without snaps like that. But oh no, while I was sewing, one of my pieces came undone, so I'll have to stitch that back together really quick. But I do still have to do like a press and a top stitch on here, because it's like puffy and definitely like not going to stay in place. But I love that it's all really a clean edge, and like it keeps the inside nice and soft. And I don't have to do any type of overlocking or anything. So yeah, I have a little bit more to do, but this is all I'm doing today. I've definitely done enough and feel tired. So we just need to add snaps up top, snaps on the bottom, and do a hem, and we'll be finished. It is the next day and the last day working on these overalls. They are coming out so cute. I'm so excited. But today I have to top stitch the top part. Actually, I'm wearing overalls, so I can demonstrate. I have to top stitch this part right here. And then I have to also hem the bottom and top stitch where I'm going to be putting the buttons. I ordered snaps and they're on their way. So snap closures for the crotch part, so it's easy for diaper changes. So let's get started on the top stitching, because I have to wait for the snaps anyway, and we're gonna finish today. So that's so exciting. This was like much quicker than I thought. It was very, very crazy of me to start an entire outfit project days before the baby shower actually is happening, but I got it done. We're gonna finish today. I just finished all of my top stitching, and the front part is great here. This looks so good, and it just kind of keeps it really like crisp instead of being puffy. And I also finished off the raw edge of like the crotch part, and I folded it over and gave it a stitch, but I don't think I have enough space now for the snap. So my issue was I was going to roll it over twice, which honestly I would definitely not have enough for that. But I felt like the fabric was too thick to do that. So I was like, oh, I'll just fold it once, but I'll fold like a decent amount so that it's enough to put the little snap through. But I tried it on my daughter just for size to see if it would be able to like buckle and stuff like that. It's not fully constructed, but just to see if I have enough space, and I don't. And then well, it will just snap, but I took a look at the overalls that I copied them from, and they have like a full-on button placket at the bottom, so it's separate to this part here. So I think I might attempt to construct that just to give that extra little bit to snap kind of like under the diaper. That's where I felt like I needed more room. And of course, if it was a smaller baby, like a younger baby, it would fit perfectly fine. But I want it to be able to be worn when the baby is also like my daughter's wearing 18-month clothes. She's like 18-month, sometimes 24 months right now, like clothing wise. And she fit into this perfectly with room to spare, except for the snap under the diapers. So I want to make sure that it is wearable for a longer amount of time. So I'm gonna attempt the button placket. We'll see how this goes. As per usual, this is proving extremely difficult. I really need to get into the habit of, when I don't know how to do something, just looking it up instead of just deciding that I know how to do it, because I feel like I've wasted, honestly, like 45 minutes trying to figure out how to make a little placket to put the snaps, and I'm nowhere near having one. So I think I'm just gonna look up a video real quick and see if that helps, because I feel like I'm just wasting time. Okay, I figured it out. If you're wondering if I watched a video, no. So it's probably still wrong, but I did figure it out. But of course I figured it out, and the second I figured it out, my daughter woke up. So she's here with a snack. I don't know how long that can satisfy her for, so let's see how much of this I can get done. Also, the baby hair situation is like actually insane. This is all my hair growing back from postpartum hair loss, and like I didn't even know I lost hair on the top of my head. Anyway, irrelevant. Let's get started. You don't want to watch me do this? Okay. All right, I'll finish this last one. I'm officially done sewing. Yes. It is significantly later. I don't even think I filmed any of that button placket making because it was just chaotic. It wasn't even chaotic. It was difficult. Like, I've honestly never really, I haven't used my brain like that in a while. Like, truly trying to figure out how to make that work. But I finally did, and it looks so good. Let me turn the camera around. So firstly, here's just the top of the overalls. And you can see I top stitched here, and we have our straps that still need their snaps. The original pocket, which I think is such a cute touch. And then here is where I added the placket and did the hem. So essentially this will have snaps on it, and it will fold in, and they will just like snap together, and it'll be like the inside. So you won't really see it too much. It's gonna be like folded under. But I was having a really hard time like figuring out how to attach it, how to get it to like be perfect with the hem. And I'm sure there's a way to do it that was not the way that I did it. But at least I figured it out. So here's the front side before the snaps, and then the back side before the snaps has the same placket on there. And then the inside is just the finished edge. So that's the only edge in this whole garment, because the inside is lined. So the inside is just this nice soft material with no seams anywhere. So this is literally the only raw edge that I finished, so it won't come unraveled. But so pretty good. Let's get started on this. I have never installed snaps before. I literally just got this in the mail today. So I'm going to use one of my failed placket attempts to test one out before I actually do it on the garment, because I'm not putting holes in this garment that I spent so many hours on for it to not work right. So let's try this out together. Oh, I didn't want to rip the bag, but it ripped anyway. Okay, so there's no instructions. Like, this is just how it came. I guess you're supposed to just know how to do it. All right, well, let's see. Oh, what? That's so cool. I actually did it too harsh that they came through the other side. What? Okay. All right, so I have to think about this. Yeah, these are gonna be where that. Okay, so these are to go on the front side, and then these are gonna go on the other side. Okay. So I'm gonna try out a flat side now. Wow, you actually don't have to push that hard. Like, it really just goes right in. And then, oh my goodness. Oh no, it took it off. Hold on. Oh, yes. Okay, there is like a side that you have to do it on. The actual what goes together is on one side, and then the spikes go on the other side, and you have to do it the same each time. Okay, but we've got some working snaps. Oh my god, I'm so scared to put it on my garment. I worked so hard on this. All right, let me think of how many snaps I want and kind of measure it out to see where I'm gonna place them, because I cannot just wing it. It will be so bad. I ended up doing the straps off camera, but I put 2 for now. I don't know if I want a third. Honestly, I'm gonna try it on my daughter tomorrow and see if it needs a third, but I figured 2 is good, because then it can be extra long for an older toddler, but then also, you know, be a little smaller, like the size down, and the button still kind of looks cute on there. And I'm gonna try it on her and see if I should put a third to have just like another option. They are like giving me a hard time to take off, so I think I'm gonna like really try to like smash them in a little bit more. So like that one was fine, but the other one wasn't. So I'm gonna kind of push them in a little bit more. And then down here I have to do the snaps, so I'm gonna do that now. I just finished and they are so cute. I'm gonna show a clip in 1 second for you, but I'm gonna film it tomorrow because the lighting is not good and I want them to look into their best, so. They came out so cute. I actually really had to push on these little like buttons. Like my hand is bruised from it. Otherwise, when you pulled the snaps open, they kind of came off the fabric. But I figured it out and I really pushed hard. I have dents in my table actually. But it came out so cute. I was thinking of doing the red buttons throughout the whole thing, but I wasn't going to have enough, so I ended up doing blue down here, which I think is cute because it's kind of subtle, so you don't really see it as much, and it kind of just gives the pop of red up top. But these came out so good, and then here is the little pennant with it. It's so cute. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to give it to her, and I finished on time. I actually have days to spare, thankfully, but they came out so cute. I tried them on my daughter and they're adorable. Oh yeah, I ended up adding a third snap because she's in 18-month clothes, and actually she needed this third snap, and the bottom could be cuffed. So I was pretty happy. These are definitely like toddler overalls, so he'll be able to wear them whenever he fits into 18-month clothes, or even maybe 12-month. You can always just like cuff the bottom even more. That's definitely also why I really wanted to have a lining fabric, because I feel like when I put overalls on my daughter, like I always just put them once they fit her body at all, and then I just cuff the bottom because just the oversized look is cute. So I thought it would just be like adorable to have like this little pop of a stripe on the bottom if you were to roll the pant leg up to like cuff it. But so this is the smallest setting, and I'd say it's about like 18 months, and then the next one maybe like 24, and then 2T. I don't know, but they are very wide, which is great. So like there's definitely a lot of room to grow. Like my daughter had room in these, and she is firmly in 18-month clothes. So I think he'll be able to wear these for a while, and I hope that they enjoy them. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had such a fun time making this. We're so excited to meet our nephew, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.